Yay.
Mataji, I started.
Nobody asked.
Here with
Mataji, it said that I joined a break room.
You're supposed.
It's supposed to be a breakout room.
Yeah, you're supposed to be in the breakout room.
Mataji, here you are there. You can start sharing.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah, you are there with me, Mataji?
Yes, I'm there with you. I'm recording the call. Yes, we have 31 participants. I divided 35 or something like that. I think they will come back.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Okay, so let's start. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langaya Tejirim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Itinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so yeah, let's start. So this is a debate, and you're going to start now, and there is the first question is about omnipotence paradox. So when Srila Prabhupada was giving a lecture, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness was giving a lecture. One person got up and asked him that, okay, you say about your God, can your God create a rock that's very heavy that he can't lift it? So this is the question he asked. I repeat the question. Can your God create a rock that is so heavy that he can't lift it? So you think about the question, and we will take 3 answers here. Please raise your hand, and Mataji, can Vinita Mataji?
Yes, I unmuted one person, Mataji.
Hare Krishna?
Hare Krishna. Mishti? Is that Mishti?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So God can make a rock that he cannot lift, but then he can expand his powers and then lift it.
Wow. So did you already come to know about it?
Yes, Mataji, I knew this one.
Thank you so much. So this is very nice answer. Thank you. So this is a paradox question, because if he says, yes, God can create a very heavy rock, then that he can't lift. That means there is one impossibility for God, that he can't lift a rock. If he says, no, he can't create a rock that he can't lift, then again you're saying that 2 things are impossible for the Lord. So this person thought that he caught Prabhupada with it. And then Srila Prabhupada answers is like this way, that he can create such a stone and he turns around, meaning that he can increase his power and lifts the stone. So that's why Krishna or God is unlimited and his power is unlimitedly increasing. So it is not limited at all. It's unlimited. Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam. It's unlimited and unlimitedly increasing. So we may think that it's impossible for us to create a rock that big, and then it's impossible for us to lift it. But if you think of an analogy that an ant, so ant that's crawling on your table. So have you all seen ants? They're very small in size, only like maybe just 1 inch or less than 1 centimeter or 1 centimeter of our hand, and they're crawling on the table. And they, for example, they see this book. So they are thinking that if they are only very small, is it possible for the ant to lift the book? It's not possible.
No.
But at the same time, it is foolish for the ant to think that because for me it's impossible to lift this, a human being cannot lift it. What is impossible for the ant to conceive of is very easy for you. You can just take the book, lift it up, and put it there. So similarly, we are all considered to be, sometimes in our capacities, we are ant-like, and there are beings who are more, powerful than us. So what is impossible for us is nothing for them. Okay, so my second question is, why cannot God reveal himself to all? So suppose you say that God is unlimited and he is increasing. So the next question I'm putting to you is, why, if God is there, why he can't reveal himself to all?
He doesn't want everyone to serve him, just like without their own choice.
Sorry, he doesn't want everyone to serve him without their own will.
Yeah, without their own will. He won't
Okay.
force anyone to acknowledge.
Also, that like atheists, they don't believe in God. So if God reveals himself to them, they will think it's just a regular person.
Okay, so the two answers are, God doesn't force anything on anyone, and then the second one is, since atheists doesn't believe, if God reveals, they will think that it is an easy thing. Okay, one more. Different answer. Please don't try to repeat the two
I didn't
answers.
say easy. I
Sorry?
said that I said if God reveals himself to the atheists, they will think he's a regular person.
Okay, he's a regular person. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, that's okay. And any other answers for this?
God doesn't reveal himself because because it's also I think it's like he's like mysterious, so like if he reveals himself to everyone, many people might not believe in him, and yes, atheists will think he's normal, and if he reveals all the potencies, maybe some people can't handle it.
Okay, so this is the same point that you're repeating. Okay, so
But I think, Mataji, I think that he can reveal himself to everybody, but we don't have the eyes. We don't have the eyes to see him. So even if he does, he won't let us see him unless he wants to.
okay, good. So we don't have the eyes, so he doesn't need to let us. That's nice.
What I think is that he doesn't want to spoil the efforts of all the Vaishnavas who are trying to attain Supreme, and just let everybody who hasn't done a single piece of hard work to earn it.
Mataji,
Okay, he wants the hard work to earn it. Okay, okay, Abhay.
I think he doesn't reveal himself to everybody, since if he reveals himself to everybody and people believe him, then people will be lazy and they won't strive for any devotional stuff. They won't follow any of the 4 principles, and they won't love him. So then he feels like left, because then nobody will love him, since they like, oh, we can access God no matter what. Who cares what we do?
Okay, so your point is he'll be like a pebble on the street. It's very easily available. Nobody will care for it. Nobody will work for devotion. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, people
So
will turn lazy. People will turn lazy.
People will turn lazy. Okay.
Mataji, to add on to the eyes, like if you see it, also people say, like in the scriptures it says that God is everywhere. You just can't see him.
Oh, that's good. We are going to come to that point. Very nice. Thank you so much. So let's see. The first answer is one of you said that it is like we don't have the eyes to see. That's right. So basically we should qualify ourselves to know God. It is like we don't get a degree without training and proper education. We need to go to school and then undergrad and then the grad program. Then you have a degree and you have the qualification, right? So a scientist did a discovery on the nuclear physics, and he said he did 25 years of study. if you want to do a PhD in about an atom and to know whatever is available, the knowledge about an atom, if you want to get to that level, that is 25 years. It's just a small, minute atom. Then you can imagine about God, we definitely need to qualify ourselves with proper training and education. And when we have the qualification, we can see God. Just like if your cell phone is having a problem, you don't know how to fix it, but if you take it to a repair shop, as soon as he sees, he's making, oh, okay, this is a problem, this is a problem, and this is what I should do. Why he is able to do that? Because he knows in and out of it. You are also seeing the same cell phone and he is also seeing the same cell phone, but the way he sees is different. So similarly, if we have knowledge about God, and if we train ourselves to see God, then our eyes will be different and we can see God. Okay, the next question, Mataji, I request all the other participants also to raise hands. So we want to be fair. We want to give a chance to everyone to answer. So the next question is, this is a very famous thing that many people ask. So if you say God has created this world, they say that if God created everything, who created God?
Himself?
God has no creation or no end.
Okay, Parth, the answer is
Limited in power. So his creation was part of the whole entire universe.
Nobody ever created him, and he will never get destroyed because he will always be there. He'll always be there. He will always be needed to help the cosmic manifestation and help the universe stay in balance. So
God is eternal, and so are we also.
he was never born, and he will never die.
Yeah, God was. Yeah, he was never born. He can never be destroyed.
okay. So
Yeah.
God
It is
is
described
eternal.
in
God is not created. I agree all that. But if you say to someone who's saying that if God created everything, who created God? You're telling facts. Can you tell it logically? Yes, Atharva?
it says Krishna says in Bhagavad, like Krishna described in Bhagavad Gita as having without beginning, without middle, without end.
Hmm. So he's so all of you have stated about you have knowledge about God, that he is without a beginning, without an end, and is eternal. So when someone asks you God created everything, who created God? So what is the one word answer you would give?
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I say?
Yes, Ashra?
Well, I was thinking like most people then will come up with like the Big Bang Theory, and then they'll, oh look, we evolved from like these animals and everything. And I learned that in 7th grade or something a few years ago, that like some type of fungi, we just evolved into humans or something like that. I don't know. And then, so like if they can believe that we evolved from like a small fungi on a plant, isn't it more logical to believe that God created us?
Okay, that's nice. So it's a question of faith, and yeah. So if that sounds science to someone, this sounds equally science to all the others, right? Okay, so let's see. The example given here is, suppose a person is reading a novel. It's so interesting. It's gripping. Page by page you read and you see that how nicely the plot and everything is there. And if you're going to search the author of the book in a novel, will you be able to find the author of the book in a novel?
No.
No, similarly, this world is created by God, and if you're trying to see the presence of God inside this world, we will not be able to see him like how we see the plants and the trees and the sun and the moon. Not. So it's like, why? Because he's beyond the time and space. As much as the author of the book is beyond the book, he's not in the book. God has created, but he is beyond the time and space. And the definition of God is that from whom everything has come, and he is the origin of everything. So if God has created everything, and if somebody has created God, then that somebody is the origin of God. That somebody becomes God. If you all Google and see God, what do you get? Okay, you
Most of the
get,
time it's with Jesus Christ.
yeah, but basically, if you Google and if you see a non-religious description, it says a supreme entity or the ultimate reality. So all these words you can see. So then, as Asra said, that people who are asking this, they say that we are everything came from Big Bang, and you know what is the origin of the Big Bang? So for the Big Bang to happen, there has to be some material, and then the Big Bang has happened, and it has strewn all around, and everything else has come. But that some material, the Big Bang, is arising from one point, and that point is described as inconceivable, infinitesimal, limitless, and it is weightless, and it has no properties of the matter attributed to him. Technically, it is the anti-material particle. So this is accepted by science. So the definition of God as a supreme being, if someone asks you, if God created everything, who created God? It's like asking, is sugar sweet? If I ask you, is sugar sweet? What does that mean?
It means you never tasted sugar.
Exactly. I don't know what is sugar, right? So God means he's the origin of everything. He's the creator. It's like sugar is to sweet. If someone is asking who created God, that means he doesn't know about the knowledge of God as much as I will if I ask, is sugar sweet? So Krishna gives an example on this. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. Anybody knows the shloka?
Yes, Mataji, I do.
Yeah, Mishti, do you want to say?
Yeah. Matta parataram nanya kinchedasi dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manikana eva.
Thank you. See? So we don't see the thread, but we see the pearls and the necklace beautifully strung. But if you pull the thread, all the necklace will fall down. So Krishna is saying everything rests upon him, but he is invisible for a novice person who is seeing only the pearls. But for a person who's knowledgeable, he knows that the pearls are strung on a thread. He can understand, even though he doesn't see the string, he can understand that the string is there. Okay, so then my next question is concept of God. Many people say this. See, God is created by the human beings to maintain a sense of morality. So they say that it is moral values. Because you believe in God, you tend to be moral. So how can you counteract this?
God is in a sense of morality. God is a sense of faith.
Okay, God is a sense of morality. God is a sense of faith.
No,
Mataji?
God isn't a sense of faith. Morality.
Oh, God is Chaitli. So you're saying that God isn't the sense of faith, right?
No, God isn't the sense of morality. God is the sense of faith.
Okay, okay. Yeah,
Mataji, I didn't understand the question.
so the question is, many people may say, Arjun, the question is concept of God. Many people say that people believe in God to make you moral. Means for that reason, you say that God is created by human beings. So good comes from the word God. So because you believe in God, you tend to act good and morally right. So this is his argument. So they say that God doesn't exist, but you created God because you wanted humans to be morally good people.
All the regional tribes of the world, they all believed in God, and there's pretty much no possible way that they could have spread contact between that they believed in God. So most of the native tribes all believed in like gods or goddesses, and people from India can't spread their culture to America just like that. That means they all believed in God, and morality isn't the only focus about this. So it's all native cultures believed in God.
Okay, so that's a very nice answer that we see that all native cultures, irrespective of where they were not connected to each other. They believed in God, right? That's what your question is. So it was not created by humans to maintain morality. That's your argument. Good. Okay.
So,
Anybody else?
if I were asked this question, I would answer with another question. What is morality?
Okay.
Yeah.
What is, that's right. That's good. Okay, good.
It's like, without, if, like, who invented morality to be in the first place? Because, like, if we're just a bunch of, like, blobs of matter trying to survive, there's no need to follow any moral rules. You have to do whatever it takes to survive in this world, right?
Very good,
So
Sarva.
there must be some God that to create these moral rules.
That makes sense. And you got the answer. Yeah.
That's the argument for morality.
Okay. So who created man and his sense of morality? That's perfect. So then they would say that man was created from evolution and from Big Bang. And just now we saw that science ascribes to inconceivable attributes to the origin of everything. Then the next question is common sense of morality that is inherent in all humans. Like what Arjun said, that irrespective of where they were, we see this inherent in all the native cultures. So, if morality, can we explain morality in this? See, according to them, if God didn't create humans, and humans were created by evolution, and by the concept of survival of the fittest, then why do we put our lives at risk to save others? You know so many people who are heroes, and they're glorified for this act. So this is no way survival of the fittest. They are willing to kill themselves to save somebody whom they like or whom they want to save. So this concept of morality cannot be explained without understanding its origin in God. Thank you all. So the next one is, so for me, there are many people, like for example, I say that I don't see God. So how can I believe?
What qualifies you to see God?
Okay, that's a question. Okay.
You can't see God because you're not qualified, and you have to do the specialized things to get the knowledge to see God, and He'll come.
Can you see an atom, but you always know the atom's there?
Yeah, you can't see Him.
So 2 points of answer is there. You're not qualified, so you're not seeing God. And second one is that
you have to believe that God is everywhere.
Okay, you have to believe that God is everywhere.
If you love God enough, you will see God in everything. If not, it's no matter how many things you read, how many things you hear, God, you won't get over the fact that you're not seeing God.
Very good. So who said this?
Mataji. Also, if seeing is believing, then you haven't seen the Big Bang. You haven't seen any of that. So, and I think I don't remember who said it, but like also that if the big it's God, we all came from God. That's like a more logical explanation for all of our how we all came instead of the Big Bang or something like that.
Very good. So we were not there, but we believe that. So why can't we believe it? That's very nice argument. So I'm just summing up all your points here.
Someone's let's say someone's in pain, and if someone asks you to see pain, can you see it? You cannot. Same way.
So our senses are limited, and when it is dark, I cannot even see my hands. So I have the eye, I have the hands, but I can't see. So that's true what you said. We believe in Big Bang. We don't see an atom. Somebody said that. So we believe in it because there is references. And then the archaeological proofs. If you see that is a proof, even that also keeps changing. Sometimes they say that it is dated 2000 years old. Then they say, no. the way we calculate the dating is wrong. So, what they did 60 years before were wrong. They did not take into account many factors. So now we are bringing in so many factors, and now the date is different. So as you said, that atheistic theories also needs belief. And the point that answers in the Bhagavad Gita is that if you want to know who your father is, the best person to ask is your mother. So mother says who the father is. So you were not there. When you were conceived, you were not there to see who the father is. So similarly, the script or the mother that reveal us about the Supreme Father, the Lord. So we can take a roundabout way. It's like if you want to find out who your father is, you can do a DNA testing of every available man in the world. Although it looks possible, but it is impractical to do that. So the point is better to accept the scriptures and then understand who or see God. Okay, so the next point of argument is that many people say everything happens by chance.
I would say then if everything happens by chance, then wouldn't gravity happen by chance? But gravity doesn't happen by chance, it happens all the time.
There's a point where even chance becomes non-chance, it becomes realistic.
Okay, so you say that there are some absolute things that are not chance, they are always existing. How do you explain that?
I mean, 50 years ago, you couldn't explain half the things that we can explain now. And before they were chance, now they aren't chance, they're realistic.
They're realistic, right? And can you predict what will happen 50 years above? They will say, your granddaughter will say that my grandmother Chaitli was studying this in the school. It's ridiculous, right? Okay, so
Wait, Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah.
Can I say?
Yes.
Yeah. If everything happens by chance, then how can chance happen by chance?
Exactly. You got the right answer. So if everything happens by chance, for the chance to occur, there has to be a cause. Just like heads or tails are the chances, but it doesn't occur without tossing. It's not a chance. It's an event. It's a cause. So we say that chance doesn't happen always without a cause. So you can see our basic needs, water, air, the fire for cooking, and everything that we need to live, it's there in the nature. So who did it? We didn't create it, right? We didn't create air. We didn't create fire. We didn't create sun. We didn't create moonlight. We didn't create earth. Without this, I mean, so since we are not involved in that, there must be an intelligence which had arranged for all our basic needs. And also, look at our own body. How many systems you have? Respiratory, circulatory, digestive, and blood circulation, and the heart pumping, and everything is minutely, meticulously designed and connected to each other, that even a millimeter or less than a millimeter or 1/10 of a millimeter, if anything is this way or that way also, the body will not work. If there is a small slip in the spine disc or a hair crack in the bones, that's it. We are grounded. So neither we designed ourselves nor we designed the universe. So we need to accept that behind this organization, there is an intelligent design by an intelligent designer, and he's the cause. Okay. So the next is, some people ask, if you all with all the facts prove that God is there, even if you don't see him, even it's not a chance, he's the cause of everyone. Some will ask, why can't God talk to me if he's there?
Mataji, he's given us the Bhagavad Gita, in which like he has spoken all of his instructions, so that's like speaking to us.
Very nice.
If you're smart enough, you can figure out what God says without God coming down to talk to you. There's 7 billion people.
Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitam, like those books.
Okay, thank you, Advait. Chaitli.
Only 7. There's 7 billion. God will not talk with everyone. every single person, even if he can.
Okay,
I
so
think you have
God has talked
Wait,
already
you-
in Bhagavad Gita and is accessible, and we need to figure out, we need to be intelligent to find out how God talks to us. Okay, the last answer.
you have to be that spiritual to hear what God is saying.
Right, you need to understand the language of God, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just summing up all your points, the language of God is not being heard or understood by us. For example, see, if you're going to Brazil, how many of you speak Portuguese?
Not me.
Okay, many of you don't know, and you're going to Brazil, and there is a person who is coming towards you, raising his hand, like shouting something which you can't make out. He's coming towards you like this. What will be your reaction?
Run away.
Yeah, so we are thinking that, oh, we are on our way, or is he coming to hit me, or what? We are trying to defend himself, and then you see that he passes by you, and when you turn around, actually there was a guy behind you coming to hit you with a big rock, and this guy who's in the front has come running, and he pushed you away. He wants to push you away to save you from being hit. So if only if you had understood his language, what he's telling in Portuguese, you could have moved. But because you don't understand the language, you don't know what to do. The same thing that we need to be able to understand God, because if we don't understand ourselves, and especially the purpose of our life or the creation, it's like trying to judge a painting before it's complete. Have you seen a painting, half done painting? You can never make anything out of it. There will be no beauty, nothing. So similarly, if we don't have a bigger picture of who I am, what is the purpose of my life, what is the purpose of this universe, and so many other things, we can't understand God. And as Shravan rightly said, God talks through scriptures. It may be through Bible, through Quran, through Bhagavad Gita, through many other authorized scriptures in different religions, but what he wants us to know, he has told in the scriptures. And if you want to talk to God, there is a toll-free number, and that is chanting the God's name. In Sanskrit, we have the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Equally, you have the names of God in all the languages. So it doesn't matter which language you speak, which religion you adhere to, but if you can call to the Lord through his holy names, that is a sure number to reach God. And especially at this time of adversity, we recommend that everyone do that. Because why? Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that he is always with us as a perfect friend. A perfect friend is that a friend indeed is always a friend indeed. Okay, so next, going to the next level, there is a saying that you say that there is God. I agree it logically, analytically, with all your arguments. It's a question of faith. It's a question to understand his presence through scriptures. But does he have a form?
Mataji, in the Brahma Samhita, it says that the Lord is Satchidananda Vigraha. He has a form.
Okay, so you quote from Brahma Samhita. You're saying that he's Satchidananda Vigraha. Okay, any other answer? Not repetitive, but any other unique answers?
The Lord, he gives a piece of himself in every single cosmic manifestation. So every single form is his form because he has a piece in everything.
Okay, so he's present everywhere. So everything is kind of representing him or his form. Okay, any other answer?
There's so many deities and they're all the Lord, so that's how many forms he has.
Okay, so
He has so many forms through the deities.
Okay, so he's available in the deity forms, innumerable number of deity forms, and he's there. Okay, so
Also, the forms include the Dashavatar.
yes. Okay, so Dashavatar, each form is unique and different, but he all is one person. So here our logic is things you see around have forms, right? Many things. If I ask you to draw a tree, you know. how to draw a tree. If I ask you to draw a house, you know how to draw a house. And there are elements like air without forms too. But God, who is the source of all things, both form and formless, should have both the form and also be formless. It's not that he doesn't have form and he's not formless. And it is not true that he's only formless in present everywhere and he doesn't have a form. So how do we harmonize this? So complete realization is that he has a form and he has an aspect of him which is also formless. So just like you have sun, the sun is present. If you are in the East Coast now, its time is 6:54. So still the sun is there, and the sun is in my room. So when I say sun is in my room, is the sun really in my room?
No, no, it's
in my room.
It's just the rays of the sun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's a sunshine.
Okay, it's a sunshine. It's the sun's rays that are there in my room. So it's true that sun is in my room, but the sun as a planet is not in my room. So Krishna is present everywhere through his form as Brahman. Brahman means impersonal. You cannot, like somebody answered that he has a piece of himself in everything, because God is present everywhere. That's why he is omnipotent, omniscient, and that form of him is technically called as Brahman. He is the spiritual material present throughout the matter, and he is beyond time and space as well. So the second thing is that is sunshine. And if you see the sun, have you seen the sun in the early morning in India? They used to do Surya Namaskar. They used to go to the holy rivers, offer oblations, and see the sun like this. So when you see the sun, what do you see?
Bright rays.
Yeah, the rays and the sun's disk, right? You see the setting sun, if you see beautiful, it's like a sun disk. So there is a sunshine and there is a sun disk, and then there is a sun himself. So according to the Bhagavad Gita and all the other Vedic cosmology, we know that sun as a planet. Even modern science agrees that sun is a ball of a fire, and they're still finding out more. We take the information from the scriptures that sun is a planet, and there is every planet is being governed by a controller, and there is a sun god. So if you happen to enter into the sun planet and see the sun god, then you have perfect knowledge about the sun. You know the sunshine, you know about the sun, you have crossed the sun disk, and then you have entered into the sun planet to see the sun god. That is the form aspect of the Lord, which is called Bhagavan. So God has three forms. He is formless, he is present everywhere, he is localized as Paramatma in everyone's heart, and also he has a supreme, blissful, beautiful Satchidananda Vigraha, which is a spiritual form. Okay, so the next question is, why do you need to worship him as a deity? So many people say, we now saw that God is everywhere. If God is everywhere, why worship him in a deity? And suppose you worship a deity, you see, in the temples, they're offering everything to the deities, and suddenly they have not put his garland properly, or his crown has fallen. If he is there, why can't he take and fix the crown himself?
Mataji, so you need to worship him as a deity because so you can actually like connect to him and offer service unto him. So if you worship him as everywhere, then you really can't like do anything that much. You're not gonna like worship the whole air and do that. And
Very
also,
nice.
Mataji?
It's also
like yeah, thank you, Mishti. So Mishti's point is that although God is everywhere, you cannot practically worship him everywhere. So to facilitate our worship, we need to worship him as a deity. Okay, next point.
Wait,
Hare Krishna.
also like they say Prabhupada actually was talking to the deities.
Okay, yeah. So elevated people can
actually
actually
talk to the Lord or God.
God doesn't do this stuff by himself because he wants you to do more service for him so that.
Last question. You asked us
Hare Krishna
why
Mataji.
how God does not have a form. This is one of his forms, so you can see him.
Okay, so very nice summary. I'm summing up
Hare
all
Krishna.
your.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. You have to worship him in a deity form, because if you're worshiping him just in like a random wall or something, you're basically worshiping like like a bunch of matter. But if you're actually worshiping the deity, then you're actually getting spiritual eye contact with the deity.
Okay, that's nice. That's exactly the same point as Mishti said, that it's not practically possible to even what to say of worshipping him. We can't even see him everywhere. So deity is a channel for us to serve the Lord. It's like an example, air is everywhere, right? You put air when you go to fill the gas, and if the pressure is low, then you put the air in the tire. But air everywhere is not used, but air in the tire is used to keep it running. Similarly, if there is a post box, Prabhupada gave the example of a post box. So post office has put post box everywhere. And if we put our letter in that outgoing mail, it goes to that particular person. So someone said that, we have so many deities in so many temples. It's all like different post boxes. And it is for us to access him easily. So deity is not a symbol or an idol, but how the deity is carved is exactly according to the details that is given in the scriptures. So we carve the form according to what he says that he looks like, and then we invite the Lord to reside in the deity. And why is he not able to fix his crown or garland himself? Because in his deity form, he's coming out of his causeless mercy. He's not showing his omnipotence. When he comes, descends as avatar, he did it as Krishna, as Rama, as Varaha, as Narsimha. He did that. But in the deity form, as you answered very correctly, it is our responsibility to take care of him. He has let himself in our hands to worship him. It's like a practice, how we are going to deal with him in the spiritual world. So thank you so much. So I think I'm running late, but let me take this question for the last. If you know of any examples of deity reciprocations, let's keep it for the end of the session. So we have 2 more slides to go. So this is another common question everyone will ask. Is he male or female?
God has no gender.
Okay, that's right.
He can
Why
be
God?
both.
Why? It can be both. He has no gender. Why?
He is God, he can do anything.
So he's God, he can do anything. Okay, that's impossible for him. But can you give me a logical, more broken down answer?
Mataji,
Well,
it's because
Krishna.
it's Krishna. He can do what he can, like we said, he is omnipotent, so he can have a male form or a female form.
Okay, see, all of the answers that you said is right. So let's see. First, are you male or female?
I'm male.
I'm male.
Is it really?
I am female.
I'm male.
Okay, if you are male, that means it's your body. It's not you, right? So if you see the Jadabharat story, Jadabharat was a male and then he became a deer and then again he became a male. So we are neither male nor female. That is only the gender that is given to our dress, this body. So similarly, Krishna is beyond gender. He's both male and female, like the sun and sunshine. So sun's energy is sunshine. There is no meaning to the sun without sunshine, and there is no independent existence of the sunshine possible without the sun. So he is like that, interrelated. So because we have this ordinary material body, we need male and female. But he is beyond this body. He is neither male nor female, but he's a supreme male. Means he's beyond both male and female. So that's what the prayers of Gajendra, the elephant, he says that he's neither demigod nor demon, neither human nor bird or beast. He's not woman, man or neuter, nor is he an animal. So very good. All of you got almost the right answers. So the last, I think, the last slide is
Mataji,
that.
there's sound coming.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we can mute everyone. I think that the sound will go. So, summing up what we did, see, we
Those
can.
animals look so cool.
So you see there is a painting. If you see the painting, immediately we say that when you go to a friend's house and they've decorated the house with paintings, then you'll say, wow, it's beautiful. Who did it? Then they say, my son did it or my mother did it. So a painting means there is a painter. And you see the varieties of, you see the butterfly's wings. It is like so transparent. You can see the veins and how a ugly caterpillar becomes a butterfly, and see the pigeon, the arrays of colors, and the sound, the varying amount of the sound of the pigeon, and you see the fragrance and the variety of the colors, and how the sun and the moon and everything is organized, human body functions and variety in species, the orbit of the planets, everything indicates a perfect creator, and not only a perfect creator, but a perfect person who is completely under control of everything. So that's why Krishna says, Yad Yad Vibhuti Matsatvam Srimat Urjitam Evava. So, oh Arjuna, how can I what can I explain? All these things I've explained is only just a spark of my splendor. Okay, so that's it from now.
Kahu?
Yeah, Vinita Mataji, is Mataji done, or do we have some time to do a review? Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharva.
What's the pin?
Yes, Mataji, what happened, Mataji?
So are we, is Mataji done? Can you see her? If she's done?
1 second, can I get the message from her and then go
Yeah.
ahead?
Yeah, okay. So just meanwhile, we'll quickly go through. So we started debating that, God can unlimitedly increase himself, his energies, and he reveals himself only to qualified people. And he's not the one who he's the one who created everything. And it's like asking, is sugar sweet? And the concept of God is not created simply because of morality. So if we created God, then who created man? And morality is an unanswered question. So many things we don't see, but we believe in it. We don't even see our eyelids. Of course, we see it in the mirror, but we believe that it says. Of course, we can touch it, but we can't see it. So similarly, we don't see many things, but we believe in it. So it's a question of knowledge. And if everything happens by chance, the chance cannot happen by chance. It has a cause. And God talks. If God is talking with us, but unfortunately, we don't understand his language. And the very easy and sure method to talk to God is chanting his holy names. It is universally true in all the religions. So God has a form, although he's formless, he's present everywhere. That doesn't deny his blissful form. And because he has a form, he's descended himself in a deity form to enable us to worship him. And he's neither male or female, he's beyond gender, and he's in fact he is a supreme controller, enjoyer, friend of all, and conscious of everything. Okay, so are we?
What about the last slide?
Still Preeti Vilasni Mataji is taking. She's at the box. Something she's.
Okay, so let me ask them some more. Okay, can anyone share if you know the deity? Know any examples of deity reciprocations? Normally, in the deity form, the Lord doesn't talk, the Lord doesn't walk, but there are some exceptions.
Hare Krishna Mataji, like Shira Chora Gopinata.
Thank you. So I got Sakshi Gopal, I got Kshirshor Gopinath, and more.
Rukmini Dwarkadish.
Okay, so Rukmini Dwarkadish, they spoke to Prabhupada.
Lord Vittaldev?
Yeah. Okay, Vittal Dev, that's great. Okay.
Bharadwaj.
Sorry?
Bharadwaj.
Bharadwaj.
Yeah, he would talk. I think that's the name. He would talk to his devotee.
Bharadwaj? It's the name of a...
South India.
Varadaraj. Okay. Okay, Varadaraj. Yeah, right, Arjun. Good. Okay. Yeah, even now there are people who can talk. Yeah, okay. And anyone else?
There's Lord Ranganathan.
Very good, Ranganath. Okay. What's your name? I see VSK. Your name? Can you say your name? Varun. Thank you. So we have we know that how Ranganath has reciprocated with Ramanujacharya. See how qualified people can always see God. Okay.
Oh, Jagannath.
Jagannath. That's great, Advait.
Annamaya.
Annamaya. What is that?
I'm
Who
a
is that?
singer.
Oh, Annamacharya. Okay, Annamaya. Right. She was, Lord Balaji was talking right to him.
Narasimhadev.
Narasimhadev. Yes. Where in Mayapur, Narasimhadev, you find, if you go narsimhalila.com, you find so many pastimes of the Lord. And
So we're done with class now?
yeah. Anybody else? Any other pastimes? Okay, I'm going to ask you a question which is not here. This question is commonly asked, and I don't have a slide for it, and I want you to answer it. So they say that if God is all good, God is all merciful, and He's present, why there is so many bad things happening?
Hare Krishna Mataji. So wherever God is, there's good, but wherever God is not there, wherever there's an absence of God, only bad and evil happens.
No, but we find that God is present everywhere, right? We just saw that how He's present in each and every atom.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you refute the argument that, like, for example, if something bad is going to happen to your younger brother, you're sitting there, you just try to go and help them. So we see coronavirus, so many people dying, and there is landslides and earthquakes, and I mean,
God is testing your faith in Him.
okay, when these things happen, God is testing your faith. Then that's why they say that, I don't have faith in such a God who is merciless and who would say that, who would do horrible things.
Maybe just the rise of adharm.
Yeah, it is the rise of irreligion. But why would God keep quiet?
Because of people's karma.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because not even God can take away your karma, but He can relieve you from all karma.
Yeah, he can erase the karma. Like if you fast on Ekadasis, it's said that so many janmas of karma is gone. But it's like asking. I'm just summarizing your answer. If somebody asks this, it's like asking. A government is that a good government is that which wants good for all the citizens. Why would a government allow the citizens inside the jail, curtail their freedom, and make them live in horrible conditions? It's like that. If you ask that why, so what can you connect from this?
That people in jail.
I'm not hearing you perfectly well.
God is the government, and we are the people in the jail.
Okay, that's right. So the point is the government doesn't want anyone to suffer in the jail. Yeah, are they pushing everyone to go to the jail? But they're pushing those people who break the law, who interferes with the normal living of others, who does crimes. So they have to be put in the jail so that the other persons can live peacefully. Right? Can you mute your phones if you're not talking?
Mataji, they are ready to merge in. Can we go?
Yeah, please.
You announce them, Mataji, that we are going. Can you tell them? Can you tell the kids that we are going to merge?
Yeah, so kids, we are going to merge. So we are going to go to the other room. So you will get accept the request, and we will all merge as
No
one.
need to accept, Mataji. Just they will be in that room. Just.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now we are ended with the session, and we'll play Kahoot. So let's merge. Yeah, yes, Mataji.
And what is this? What is this?